Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 63rd Guilderland High School graduation ceremony. My name is Michael Piscatelli, high school principal. Please remain standing as Ms. Isabella Smith, gotcha. Please stand as Ms. Isabella Smith does our Pledge of Allegiance, and remain standing as our chamber choir seniors sing the national anthem. Chamber choir seniors, if you could come to the stage and stand behind me. Gentlemen, if you could, please remove your hats.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to give you one measure.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, everybody. Everybody can be seated. I want to welcome students, parents, family, friends, and teachers to the class of 2019 graduation ceremony. Today is truly a day to celebrate. I would like to take a moment to thank all of the people whose hard work made today possible. There are too many to name individually, but they include our students, teachers, clerical staff, custodians, administrators, and many others. I would also like to thank our Board of Education members for their commitment and support throughout the school year. Lastly, I would like to express a special thank you to my administrative assistant, Ms. Laura Lawton, whose hard work was essential for putting today's program together. Thank you, everybody. It is now my pleasure for our first speaker to introduce Dr. Marie Wiles, our Superintendent of Schools.
Good morning, everyone. How wonderful it is to say good morning to celebrate your graduation today as well. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Piscatelli, our high school leadership team, faculty and staff, parents, family, friends, and of course, our graduates, good morning and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Guilderland Central School District graduating class of 2019. Give yourself a hand. It is my honor and privilege to be a part of this momentous ceremony celebrating the accomplishments of the 372 young men and women who will receive their diplomas today. Congratulations on completing this tremendous 13-year journey. You should be very proud. I know I am tremendously proud of each and every one of you. I would also like to congratulate and thank the many people who played such a critical role in making sure all of you could be here at this ceremony today. Our talented faculty, staff, and administration, our Board of Education, many of whom are sitting on stage with us today, and of course, the parents, grandparents, family, and friends who are our most important partners in your success. I know that commencement ceremonies are mostly about looking to the future. After all, today is all about the possibilities before you. But this morning, in my few minutes to speak with you, I want to do the opposite. I want to draw upon the past to talk about something that I think we all need to live a life of purpose and integrity. That something is courage. To talk about this, I want to tell you about some items that I discovered this past Father's Day. You might recall that Father's Day, just a couple weeks ago, was a complete washout. It rained all day long, and I found myself home alone while my husband and son went to spend some quality time watching the re-release of Field of Dreams. With time on my hands, I decided to go through a tub of odds and ends from my parents' home that had been stored in our basement. Both of my parents are gone, and I have slowly been going through old shoe boxes of papers and photos that they saved for years, in part to reminisce, but in part to get a glimpse into their lives before my time. Fittingly, on Father's Day, at the bottom of this plastic tub, I found a 3 by 5 by 12-inch metal box that had clearly seen better days. The box had belonged to my dad. And in it, I found some astonishing artifacts of courage. I want to tell you about 3 of them, and I actually brought them with me today. The first, and I'll hold it up here, is the original certificate of naturalization that was issued to my grandfather on November 26, 1921, by the United States Supreme Court in Oneida County. It certified that at age 26, John Warshall became a citizen of the United States. You see, sometime in his late teens, all by himself, John left his home in Poland to try to make a new life in America. The certificate references his wife, Josephine, age 21, who he met and married in America. And although there is a place to list children, the certificate does not mention their firstborn, my dad, who was born on November 9th, 1921, and who would have been a mere 17 days old when his father became a citizen. Imagine the courage that it took for a young man to leave his home in Poland to come to a place where he did not speak English, could not be certain he would be able to earn a living or even survive. He was probably your age right now. Yet he forged out, married, started a family, and provided for them. He died at the age of 72 when I was 4 years old. As I look around this audience, I bet there are many similar stories of that kind of courage. The second item I found in the box was a tiny brown envelope filled with what I believe to be Japanese currency from the World War II era. You see, my dad was a Marine. When World War II broke out, my dad, at the tender age of 19, enlisted and served for almost 4 years in the Pacific and was among those who landed and fought on Iwo Jima. The bills are brown and tattered. I wonder if they were in his pocket when his left hand was shattered by shrapnel, a wound that cost him 2 fingers and finally sent him home with a Purple Heart. Again, I wonder about the kind of courage in that young man and all those around him, too. The final item I want to tell you about in that metal box was the Bible that was issued to him as a serviceman. It is a tiny thing, no bigger than a deck of cards to fit easily in a pocket, and it's encased in khaki canvas. I spent some time looking through the tiny volume and was struck by the discovery that this Bible came with instructions. There was a page of instructions about what to read when you are angry, what to read when you feel lost, what to read when you feel afraid, what to read when you are in the presence of death. I think my father was a man of faith, but I don't think he spent much time reading this Bible, issued to him in 1943, because it's in very good shape for its age and for what I imagine it went through. But for whatever reason, he hung on to that Bible for 50 years, and my mom kept it another 25. And I will do the same for lots of reasons, but mostly because it is a reminder that being courageous does not mean that you do not have fear, but you have the strength to overcome it. So I know you're all wondering why I'm sharing this ancient history with you. I can say for certain that I hope that no one in this space is ever called upon to be courageous in the way my father and my father's father were. But I do know that you will be called upon to be courageous in your life that you live beyond Guilderland High School. You will need courage to seek and tell the truth. You will need courage to persevere when challenges come your way. You will need courage to become a responsible, independent citizen. You will need courage to step out of your comfort zone and test the limits of your learning and your experience. You will need courage to fail and to learn from it. You will need courage to stand up to those who bully and to defend those who are bullied. You will need to have courage to become the next generation of leaders, and I can tell you for sure we're all counting on you to do just that. So I'm going to close with one more brief story. This happened about a month ago on Memorial Day. Every Memorial weekend, my family and I, joined by a couple of my siblings, make the drive to Utica to plant flowers on 3 graves: my parents, Walter and Caroline, my grandparents, John and Josephine, and one of my uncles, who was also a veteran of the Korean War. Since my mother passed away in 2014, we have also always been joined on this task by a gentleman who became my mother's companion about a dozen years after my father passed away, a man we affectionately call Uncle Chuck. This year, when I called Uncle Chuck to share our plans and ask him if he wanted us to pick him up, he insisted that he meet us at the cemetery. He wanted to participate in the planting of flowers for my mom, but didn't want to have to wait for us to finish the other 2 grave sites. Uncle Chuck is 96, and he has been slowing down a little bit lately. And while I was a little nervous about having him drive to the cemetery, I respected his wishes. Before he hung up, he apologized to me that he had not been to the gravesite yet this year to clean it up and get it ready for the new flowers. So on Memorial Day, my husband's son and one of my brothers and I arrived with our shovels and clippers, watering can, garden gloves, and 3 large boxes of flowers, the kinds and colors that I know my family loved. While I was cleaning up the gravesite, Uncle Chuck arrived. He was moving much slower than he was the last time we saw him, and he was using a cane, which was a new thing. He was also impeccably dressed, with pressed blue pants and a crisp white shirt, and he was wearing his Army Field Service cap with a jaunty angle, for he too served in World War II. In all the years he had helped us with the gravesite, he had never done that before. Nor had he done what he did next. I don't think he knew I was paying attention, but at that moment, he raised his hand to salute the gravesite and said, "Happy Memorial Day, Walter," from one veteran to another. I'm sure he had a tear in his eye, and so did I. So this morning, like one veteran learner to another, I salute all of you for what you have accomplished. But I also salute you in the spirit of hope that you will have the courage to do the right things in things big and small as you move into the next chapter of your lives. A lot of people in our past did courageous things that we all might have a future. So we need to honor that, and at the very least, we have to be sure we don't squander it. We should aspire to that kind of courage that will make the future better for the next generation. It is my hope that here at Guilderland Central School District, with the help of your parents and guardians, we have built the foundation for that kind of courage. We will look forward to see what you can do to make the world a better place. Congratulations, parents, families, friends of the class of 2019. You have done a great job. Now be courageous and go get them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wiles. And now to deliver the welcoming address, Ms. Michaela Jaromanic.
Good morning, everyone. Students, teachers, family, and faculty, it is my distinct honor to welcome you in celebrating the class of 2019. On behalf of my graduating class, I want to extend the utmost gratitude to our educators and families who gave us the tools to succeed over these 4 years. Whether your help came in the form of academic support, mentoring, or simply ensuring that we were in a proper environment to learn and improve, your contributions have not gone unnoticed. We wouldn't be here without your help and your belief in our ability to achieve as a class and as individuals. Class of 2019, we're here today to celebrate the successes that we strive for, as well as the failures and obstacles we learned from. Whether you excelled in academics, worked hard to maintain Guilderland High School's exceptional athletic reputation, pioneered new ways of learning through exploring through manful creativity and curiosity, or anything in between, everything we've done in the course of our high school careers has led us to this moment. We entered Guilderland High School with sweaty palms and shaking knees, excited for what was to come. It's only fitting that we leave the same way. From the time we walked through the doors of GHS for the first time on September 8th, 2015, to where we are today, we never stopped growing as students, as friends, learners, leaders, or as people. Thanks to the endless offered support by Guilderland faculty and staff, as well as our parents, we were encouraged to become the people that we are, each of us our own story of success. Our collective achievement is worthy of today's celebration, so with that, let's proceed in the commencement of the class of 2019. Congratulations.
Thank you, Michaela. And now to deliver the graduate address, Ms. Molly Broderick.
Good morning to all of the families, friends, and faculty members who have made it here today. You have the honor in witnessing a momentous achievement within the lives of the students to whom you came to support. Congratulations, class of 2019. I believe it's extremely important to recognize how significant and honorable it is that we finally completed high school, a pretty large achievement in our lives this far. There have been so many homework assignments, so many tests and quizzes, and so many projects that we've had to complete before being able to sit back and realize that we're graduating. Although we've made it to graduation, we haven't made it to the finish line yet. Each and every person in our class will continue on, choosing to do something different and significant with their lives. Whether it be going off to college in hopes of obtaining a degree, serving our country by joining the armed forces, or beginning employment right away, everyone has so many opportunities and accomplishments lying in front of them. That being said, there are two key concepts that I've learned throughout the duration of my high school career that I believe are worth speaking on. The first thing that I've learned is to work hard with determination. Individually, we all make choices that dictate how well we do and how much we can accomplish. We are the ones in control of our own lives. For that reason, it's important to recognize that we can only rely on ourselves to decide whether or not we do our best. It's safe to say that every student in this room recognizes the amount of work that's been put into graduating high school. Through the turmoil of difficult work and the attempt to manage time, I found that the major rewards that we are given are glee, excitement, and happiness. It may sound ridiculous, but it aids us in understanding and realizing that we've done so much to accomplish what we've gotten. I've also found it very liberating to know how much and how well one can do despite the generous amounts of challenges that we were and will continue to be forced to face every day. As my father always told me, and as Benjamin Franklin once said, "Strive to be the best and you may succeed. He may well win the race that runs by himself." An experience that I've come to appreciate is looking back on what I've accomplished with a satisfied smile. Moreover, we may see the challenges that we face in our lives as impossible walls that we cannot get over. However, we must acknowledge that when a vine meets a wall, that doesn't deter the vine to stop growing. The vine defies gravity, climbing the wall to continue its course. We must act like those vines. Secondly, be kind. It's not hard to be nice to someone, whether they're a close friend, someone in your class, or someone you may not know. I found this to be important because there will always be a reason for someone to act the way that they do. It's difficult sometimes to understand the perspective of others. These perspectives have been molded through the difficult times, the challenges that one goes through, the challenges that the majority often don't know about. Therefore, it's safe to say that you cannot judge someone for how they act, as you wouldn't judge someone for what they've been through. Be open-minded and accepting, for that's what you would want if the struggles they've faced are what you face now. As we're growing into adults, we must know that we have the ability to change the world that we live in. We also have the ability to influence someone's perspective on the world that they live in. Just keep in mind that everyone around you is living a life as vivid and complex as your own. Life is filled with moments that we as humans naturally cherish, despite the size or the impact that this moment has on us. This idea might be recognized from a quote given by Vincent van Gogh: "Great things are done by a series of small things brought together." One may see every day as an ordinary day filled with ordinary things. However, we must appreciate the small things that are typically seen as ordinary, as instead very extraordinary. With such a mindset, life can be made into a wonderfully exquisite series of events to which you'll remember with great happiness. Valuing the small moments aids us as human beings in preventing us from working on autopilot, waiting for the next big accomplishment. The small things, like during a workday in physics where half the class is singing "I Want It That Way" by the Backstreet Boys. Like the plethora of elaborate costumes I get to see at Trick or Treat Street during Halloween. Like all of the good grades on tests or projects. Like spontaneous smiles in the hallway. They've made my days at Guilderland a little bit brighter. After we walk through the halls of the high school for the last time, it's the moment to realize that the world is now our hallway. Today we must understand that working hard with a sense of deliberate determination, along with a positive mindset, will have a strong change to the world that we're now influencing. Thank you to every person who was a part of my class. Whether the memories were big, small, good, or bad, you were a part of making me who I am today. Thank you to each teacher who worked hard ensuring that I learned and grew each year. Thank you to my family and friends for supporting me throughout each of the long 13 years of this schooling. Again, congratulations, class of 2019. Best of luck to your futures.
Thank you, Molly. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Gilliland High School Wind Ensemble, led by Ms. Kathleen Ellinger, for a musical selection. Will all the senior members of the Wind Ensemble please join your ensemble? Excellent job. Can the seniors now please return to your seats? Would you like to stand? Good job, Gavin. Good job. The achievement of Gilliland students is amazing, and it's at times like these that we have a chance to showcase their accomplishments. It is truly a privilege to recognize those students who have excelled to the 3 highest levels of academic performance. I would ask the students to stand in front of their seats for recognition after your group is read. First, for earning an average between 85 to 89.9 over 3 3/4 years and identified by the red and gold honor cords, our honors students. Please rise. Next, for earning an average of 90 to 94.9 over 3 3/4 years and identified by the silver and gold honor cords, are high honor students. And for earning an average of 95 or above over 3 3/4 years and identified by the medals, our highest honor students. Please rise. Thank you, guys. Another area of achievement that we want to recognize is community service. Using one's talents and gifts to give back to the community and make the world a better place earns all our respect. In order to receive this recognition, students must have completed at least 200 hours of community service. These students are distinguished by their community service pins. Ladies and gentlemen, our community service award winners, please stand. Now is the portion of the ceremony where I get the opportunity to share some of my thoughts and to provide you some advice as we move forward. As I was getting ready to write this speech, I started to recognize some strange connections that were occurring between my personal and professional life. My son and firstborn child is graduating high school this year as well. His ceremony was Wednesday, so like all of you, I was sitting in the audience listening to graduation speeches and taking in the moment as I watched my son's high school career come to an end. I definitely feel the connection to what all of you have been experiencing this school year, parents and students. My wife and I have worked with my son discussing the plans for next year, and we've dealt with the emotions of seeing our first child moving on to new experiences. We are very excited and proud of him, but we are also kind of sad to see this stage of life coming to an end. I sometimes get flashbacks to the first day of kindergarten when we gathered at the bus stop to watch him go to elementary school for the first time. As we were watching the bus pull away, I think you experienced many emotions, good and bad. And in a lot of ways, this transition is just as exciting and scary as that day. So I was thinking about what to say to the graduation class, and I thought I might as well share the same thoughts and advice that I shared with my son prior to his graduation. You are my first graduating class, which means you will always have a special spot in my heart. I have watched all of you grow and develop over the last 4 years, so it seems fitting to give you the same advice. But I'm going to start with a personal story so you know where the advice is coming from. I graduated Clarkson University in May of 1992, and 2 weeks later, I was moving out to Rochester, New York to start my first job. I was hired as a production planner for a company that made military communications equipment. Production planners are in charge of planning the products to be built and purchasing all the materials for those products. I was fortunate enough to be assigned to an experienced production planner as his assistant, and we were in charge of one of the highest profile products in the company. It was one of the company's best-selling products. After 6 months, my supervisor was moved to a new product line, and I was given responsibility for the production floor. About 2 months into the assignment, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. I don't know how it happened, but I forgot to order a specific part for the radio, and by the time I realized it, I discovered that it was going to take approximately 2 months to get the part in. So in essence, I took the biggest moneymaker for the company, the best-selling product, and I shut down the production line for 2 months. Not good. To help you understand, imagine 40 people not being able to complete their jobs for a couple months because of a mistake you made. I think panic would be an understatement of how I felt at that moment. And when I told my boss, you probably can imagine the reaction. Needless to say, and by the way, this isn't why I got into teaching, but just throwing that out there. Needless to say, it didn't take long for me to be moved out of that production area and into another part of the company. I guess you could say I was lucky because I could have just been fired, but I was also lucky in other ways that I'll get into later. I was now assigned to an area of the company that built old products, no big sellers, no high-profile products. This was a real low point for me. My first job, and I had just made my first major mistake, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to recover from that. At some point when I was feeling sorry for myself, I realized some things that have helped me to this day. Yes, I had made a mistake, but that mistake did not define me. I had been given a remarkable opportunity, and that opportunity had not gone well. But that experience was not all bad. I had learned things about how to do my job, and I also learned a lot about people. You learn a lot about people when things go wrong. It turns out the change was lucky for me because I started working for a man who really changed my life. This gentleman was my new supervisor, and he saw my strengths and weaknesses and was not afraid to be really direct with me. Over the next 2 years, we had some brutal conversations, but I worked hard and I learned a lot about manufacturing, organizational and communication skills, and how to be a leader. After a year and a half and doing some good work in my new area, I started to rebuild my reputation, and soon I was considered one of the rising stars of the company. So why am I sharing this story? My children know that some of my favorite stories to tell them are stories of failure. Sometimes I think they wonder if I ever succeeded at anything. The reason why I love sharing these stories is that moments like these are some of the biggest times in your life. And it's important to know that everybody experiences disappointment and failure. They are moments when you grow the most and have the opportunity to show what you're made of, to show you have grit. So message number one is when opportunities present themselves, take advantage of them and don't be afraid to fail. I truly believe that if I had not gone through that struggle I described, I would not be the person I am today. The skills I developed and the knowledge gained from that experience helps me in my job today. Many, many years ago, I opened up a fortune cookie, and the fortune said, "Life is like basketball. You either take a shot or you dribble it away." I know at a moment like this, I should be quoting some learned scholar or Van Gogh like Molly did, but this fortune cookie message stayed with me over the years. I think it's natural that when you encounter a new opportunity, your first thoughts are sometimes focused on what can go wrong or what happens if I am not successful. I think the most important thing is to understand as you're pondering whether to accept or reject a new opportunity is to realize that no matter the outcome, you will grow, no matter what, from that experience. To be honest with you, when I was applying for this job, those same thoughts went through my head. There are no guarantees in life, but opportunities also don't come along every day. When they do, it is important to seize them. The second piece of advice is when you make a mistake, don't try to hide it. Own it and take responsibility. It is very understandable that when you realize you've made a mistake to try to fix it before people find out. I have to say from experience that it's always better to be upfront about what has happened with your superiors and take full responsibility. Even better, when you see a problem heading your way, notify your boss before it becomes a major problem. I hope that this discussion about mistakes sounds familiar because I've said it many times at class assemblies or in individual conferences. High school is the place to make mistakes. We expect and hope that you will make mistakes here because it's a safe place to do so. Our hope is that after we discuss what has happened, you learn and you don't repeat that mistake. Some of you, it may have taken a couple of those conversations for you to learn that, but that's okay as well. Many people have heard the expression that the cover-up is worse than the crime. You will find through experience that when you own an error, you move beyond it quickly. Lastly, and most importantly, I want you all to have confidence in yourselves and the skills you have developed over these many years. One of the benefits of being an administrator is that you talk to many students, teachers, and administrators from other schools. The Guilderland experience is unique, and we challenge you in ways that many other schools do not. This starts early in your education at the elementary level and continues on through middle school. We have high expectations for you. Your graduation today is a testament that you have met those requirements and you are ready to move on to the next steps. Be confident in your skills and know that when you encounter those challenges, you will be ready to meet them head on. So again, congratulations, class of 2019. I am very proud of all of you, and I can't wait to see what you will achieve in your future. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Tyler Morse to introduce our guest speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Gillen High School class of 2019. Give yourself a round of applause. First of all, I'd like to thank my fellow classmates on such an amazing accomplishment and wish everyone luck on all your years to come. When I was just a freshman, which feels like a very long time ago, I didn't know what to really expect. I was just starting out my high school experience. I ended up finalizing my schedule and taking a course through the school called Design and Drawing. Little did I know that this would be a very meaningful class to me. When I first walked into the woodwork shop, that's when I met Mr. Gockley for the very first time. He was a very funny, down-to-earth guy and always had a smile on his face. I quickly realized how well known he was around the school when he would make his presence felt in the hallways, saying hi and shaking hands with pretty much everyone down the East Wing. I also quickly began to realize how much of an impact he had on others in the school as well. I'd always see him helping and showing genuine concern, talking to others when they were in tough predicaments. Mr. Gockley always made me feel welcomed when I was in his class, and there was and is never a day that goes by where his positivity never shined right through me. Whenever I was feeling stressed or nervous, Mr. Gockley always found ways to make me laugh and help me push through the struggles. He'd often remind me that you can't let the struggles bog down your attitude. Within my 4 years of high school, if you told freshman year me that I would never meet a guy that would inspire me more through my whole 4 years here, I wouldn't really believe it. But you, Mr. Gockley, you made these 4 years enjoyable, and I can't thank you enough for your creativity, your positive outlook, and your inspiration. Everybody has good days and bad days, and some people in this world have far worse days than they have good days. And by a simple, kind gesture, you may never know that your handshake or high five or even a smile in that person's direction was more needed than you could ever know. We know that life, especially through your high school days, as you are just getting started in this world, are not always so simple. The world needs more Mr. Gockleys to remind us that the kind, simple interactions will always be the most impactful. I recently found a quote that makes me think of Mr. Gockley when I hear it. And I quote, "If you have the power to make someone happy, then do it. The world needs more of it." Without a doubt, there is no one that delivers that message more than Mr. Gockley. And with that being said, I stand in front of you all here today to give a warm-hearted welcome and thank you to our 2019 guest speaker, Mr. Gockley.
Tyler, thank you for the encouragement. Unbelievable. Thank you. A warm welcome to all parents, family, and friends of our students. Phew. Over the years, I have treasured the privilege to work with your children. I've always felt supported and valued by the Guilderland community, and that's the truth. Good morning, graduating class of 2019. What an exciting time as we come together this morning to honor your many high school achievements. Standing before you, I am amazed at the wonderful surprises that life can bring. I took a good look at myself in the mirror the other day and saw a haggard and dusty man. Not someone I would expect to give a graduation speech. But here I am, all decked out, honored to speak from my heart to yours. You might have heard the saying, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I'd like to think this is why you asked me to speak to you on this memorable day. The fact is, I do care about you. As you continue to grow in knowledge and experience, it's my hope that you'll use your talent and wisdom with great compassion so that your impact is great, so that it's strong. I've approached this tremendous honor with much prayer and due diligence and was led to share a few basic principles that are so easily obscured by the hustle and bustle of life. It's my goal to plant seeds of encouragement and hope for your successful future, kind of like Tyler did for me this morning. Let's begin. Walk circumspectly. That is, carefully consider all circumstances, all decisions and their consequences. Much of my best learning has been through mistakes, and I admire those who embrace mistakes when they make them. But right now I'm talking about decisions that lead to unnecessary suffering and regret. Let me be straight with you. There are many things people do that are better left alone. Some of these things are even legal and socially acceptable, but many lead to bad endings. You don't have to do them. Ultimately, it is you who will live with your decisions. So pay close attention to what you do. As you approach this world, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Many times you'll need to muster up the character to stand alone outside the crowd. Class of 2019, You are precious and wonderfully made. Steer clear of danger. Don't ever quit. We all fall short. Right about the time you were learning to walk, Mr. Gockley was in trouble. His potato had been baking too long. Not knowing who he was, trying to be someone who he wasn't, but he finally embraced his special helper, and everything changed. Today, my life is increasingly filled with hope and new purpose. Along my travels, I met an older gentleman named Harold. He had all but lost his life, miraculously found it, and dedicated the rest of his years to helping others. Harold told everyone he met, whatever you do, don't quit nothing. Don't ever quit. And I remembered that. There is more to you than meets the eye. Dr. Miles Monroe is one of my favorite teachers. He reminds us that great leaders come from ordinary people just like you and me. Dr. Monroe warns not to accept the opinions of others because they can't see what great and valuable potential is inside of you. Never mind comparing yourself to others. Just seek the truth, make adjustments as needed, and look forward to your best days ahead. Mr. Rogers is another one of my favorites. When your parents and grandparents were young, many of us watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was an educational show encouraging kindness and imagination and a lot of other really wonderful things. He demonstrated love. He spoke personally to his audience and assured each child, in this whole world, there's no one else like you. He taught that we are unique for who we are, not for the surface things. Let me wake you up for a second and sing a few verses of one of his songs. It's you I like, it's not the things you wear, it's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like, the way you are right now, the way down deep inside you, not the things that hide you. It's not your toys, it's not your cars, your gadgets, your phones. That's just stuff beside you. It's fun to have nice things. I love nice things. But don't let them become your entire life. I wish for you to be grateful and content with or without them, because we're really a lot more than stuff. Turn the volume down. In 1994, that same Mr. Rogers was asked, who made an impact on your life? This is what he said. People who have allowed me to have some silence. I don't think we give that gift very much anymore. I'm very concerned that our society is much more interested in information than in wonder, in noise rather than silence. Real revelation comes through silence. If this is true, and I believe it is, take a rest from some of the noise that hinders you from deeper thought and revelation. Another suggestion, live in the moment. The last time I spoke to Grandma Gockley, she said, "Chris, you don't know how late it is." Life goes by fast, and time is certainly one of life's most precious resources. Pay attention to how you spend it. Slow down and move beyond the busyness and distraction. When was the last time you listened to the birds sing or took a walk in the rain? Did you notice the leaves unfurling this spring? How about that little girl longing for someone to say hello? Did you see her? I don't want this to sound mean, but get your head out of your phone because people need you. People really need you. Reach out to them and be a blessing and make a new friend. Finally, soften your heart with forgiveness. 25 years ago, I asked Grandpa Gockley, how can someone like me soften his heart in such a tough world? He told me not to go to bed angry, be quick to forgive. I imagine most of the world's problems would be eliminated with forgiveness. Grandpa told me to be gentle with others. You don't know what they go through. If you really want to know what's on someone's heart, listen to them. Let them finish their thought, and don't always be so concerned about being right all the time. I sure do miss my grandma and grandpa. Wow. I don't want to leave you today with the impression that I've got it all together. I'm not perfect. I have no idea why I'm even up here. These are suggestions that I've given you. They're benchmarks that I failed to meet daily. In fact, I've struggled with discouragement, heartache, and have made many, many poor decisions. The best advice I received from Gramps was to turn toward God and ask Him to help me look into matters for myself to see if they are so. He said, "Chris, do your own research." I wish I could have responded sooner. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. But at some point I realized there wasn't a person, place, or thing that could have saved me. Only Him. And here I am, all decked out, honored, so honored to share my heart to yours. But remember, no one else can walk your life out for you. It's your responsibility, so walk with purpose and great love and great compassion. You'll do great. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Ready to get some diplomas? Okay. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Carrie Miller and Mr. Thomas Dvorak to take their place for the roll call. Unfortunately, one of our senior class advisors, Ms. Tammy Zalewski, was unable to attend today, so I want to thank Mr. Dvorak for stepping in. I would like to invite our Superintendent, Dr. Wiles, and our Board of Education President, Ms. Christine Hayes, to take their places for the conferring of diplomas. I would also ask that our highest honor students prepare to receive their diplomas. Yep, you guys can start. No, go on the other side. He's going to get it first. He's going to get it first.
Mike, so she moved them out.
Yeah. What's that?
She moved them out.
Yes, probably. Actually going to be coming up through the middle, though. Oh, yeah. No.
You want to just wait?
Isabella Smith.
Michaela Juramanek.
Molly Broderick.
What's his name? Read it.
Tyler Morse. Danielle Abruzzi. Alexis Anagnostopoulos.
Carly Anders.
Jack Billington.
Isabella Bruno.
Lydia Cartwright.
Ruben Chen.
Brian Chu.
Allison Cusimano.
Sandra Alderi.
Olivia Whitney Fanshaw.
Ryan Garrett.
Sophie Gerchikov.
Trisha Glogan. Gustavo Gonzalez.
James Go.
William Guo.
Sidra Hassan.
Shane Hoffman.
Alexa Krempa.
Vade Kumar.
Anna Leclerc. Grace Levine.
Henry Lee.
Sierra Liata.
John Lippert IV.
Rosemary Macri. Ryan Merkline.
Nicole McGrath.
Anthony Mickery.
Caitlin Miller.
Got that one right.
Samantha Morrissey. Kara Noel Mortardi.
No, I think you have it. Tasneem Nania.
Victoria Nemeth.
Esther Park.
Nicholas Papalizio.
Amanda Joyce Pirillo.
Jen Tseng.
Abhinav Singhal.
Miranda Tatum.
Asia Vergi.
Aaron Wadsworth.
Sarah Elizabeth Williams.
Kevin Zukowski.
Sorry, it's got to go on.
Hello.
Okay, is it on?
Right? Yeah. Cheyenne Adamy.
Noor Elahuda Ahmed.
Adam Alberski.
Devin Alex.
Alexander Allen.
Kayla Anderson.
Julia Anderson.
Andrew Apollo.
Alana Atanasio.
Tatiana Anonostopoulos. Close.
Ryan Avery.
Amana Avaru.
Nairi Baird. Sorry.
Maya Banks.
Jennifer Bartlett.
Benjamin Bachant.
Caroline Becker.
Kirsten Becker.
Audrey Bell.
Daniel Bemis.
Ethan Berkey.
Michael Baroa.
Brianna Beek.
Garrett Blanchard.
Olivia Scott Blanchard.
Nikhil Budalori.
Megan Brewer.
Pierce S. Brate.
Taylor Bronson.
Dayton Brown.
Am I saying that? Kaya Brown.
Anna Brownell.
Jared Buff.
Chad Buckley.
Alyssa Berg.
Cameron Burdick.
Lily Kaladi.
Danush Busarapu.
Nicholas Cardinal.
Emmy Calendar.
Micah Carr.
Anna Capuano.
Darius Carter.
Evan Carey.
Brandon Caulfield.
Sarah Castellanos.
Sydney Chase.
Kaylee Chamberlain.
Weehan Chen.
Mondura Chetoter.
Anna Ciccarelli.
Colette Colin.
Samuel Cole.
Richard John Connolly.
Zoe Copeland.
Michelle Costanzo.
Joshua Coten.
Grace Crothamel.
Rena Cunningham.
Jada Curtis.
Troy Zabin.
Andrew Chekai.
Juliana D'Agostino.
Anthony Dorigo.
Anna Davidson.
Nevaeh Davis.
Jaden Dolly.
Samantha Delacqua.
Mira Del Signor.
Megan Depew.
Shane DeThomasis.
Gabrielle Demira.
Nicholas Dawkins.
Elizabeth Dollard.
Sean Donnelly.
Jacob D'Onofrio.
Christopher Donahue.
Samuel Doherty.
Cameron Doyle.
Alana Drake.
Benjamin Drake.
Rachel Drisley.
Benjamin Drismala.
Ryan Duglin.
Brendan Dunn.
Mason Early.
Paris Everett.
Jason Eustace.
Ava Fiametta.
Kieran Feeney.
Abigail France.
Julianne Ford.
Lily Friedman.
Alexander Francis.
Thomas Gade.
Christopher Frigolito.
Ricky Galarza.
Antonio Gigliotti.
Alexandra Gavigan.
Margaret Janan.
David Giminiani.
Craig Garys.
Brianna Gleesman.
Kyle Glenn.
Emma Hughes.
Kira Gold.
Lily Hughes.
Jamie Golderman.
David Gong.
Marissa Gordon.
Elizabeth Gote.
Jacob Goval.
Austin Grant.
Elizabeth Gregory.
Madeline Gross.
Zoya Groves.
Tyler Groupie.
Joseph Hayek.
Jared Hayes.
Infinity Herbaling.
Jared Heidinger.
Madison Herrick.
Sydney Hillenbrandt.
Logan Hoffman.
Alana Holmes.
Antonia Hanako.
Samuel Hobson Jr.
Zev Gagalor.
Jeffrey Jensen Jr.
Dylan Jones.
Gabriella Jordan.
Joel Joy.
Allie Jerzinski.
Kelly Keegan.
Jacob Kaufman.
Patrick Kelty.
Aiden Kelly.
Tyrone Killaroo.
Joseph Kidd II.
Emma Clipworth.
Jordan Kimbrough.
Imani Coates.
Ryan Knoll. Gossage.
Isaiah LaFortune.
Christopher Ladopoulos.
Owen Liu.
Colin Lugosi.
Jasmine Liang.
Brianna Leach.
Congratulations, guys. Tyler Leach.
Nicholas Letterman.
Alexis Marie Laguerre.
Peyton Legg.
Jared Leader.
Madeline Levy.
Ethan Lawless.
Cody Lieb.
Jack Lumley.
David Loparco.
My favorite artist.
Nina Malone.
Tanner Makowski.
Congratulations, Tanner.
Rohan Manohar.
Morgan Manning.
Liam Marlette.
Vincent Mariana.
Jennifer Maselli.
Noah Martin.
Allison McKenna.
Lauren McCullum.
Brogan McMahon.
Gavin McLean.
Sophia Melfi.
Anna Medina.
Alejandro Molina.
Lindsay Myers.
Ixon Mora.
Ryan Miller.
Casey Murphy.
Julia Motler.
Timothy Myers.
Cameron Myron.
Jack Nash.
Michael Neal.
Logan Niemeyer.
Isabella Nazai.
Amanda Neiman.
Bree Nugent.
Haley Ocasio.
Lauren O'Connor.
Riley Olina.
Abigail Olm.
Dylan Olson.
Michael O'Neill.
Joseph Polotsky.
Victoria Panetta.
Abisha Paspula.
Cole Pasquini.
Samuel Petzerian.
Griffin Peck.
Jason Peck.
Ivana Peng.
Cameron Peters Rathburn.
Nicholas Phillips.
Abby Pierce.
Giovanna Papalizio.
Colby Plant.
Gigi.
Garrett Rice.
Matthew Ramo.
Raymond Wren.
Katerina Reich.
Megan Patterson.
Tyler Richard.
Michael Patterson.
Hallie Risto.
Aaron Robinson.
Christian Rivera.
Angel Rodriguez.
Maggie Robinson.
Chelsea Roman.
Evan Rogotsky.
Chris Sains.
Sean Ryan.
Joshua Sawsville.
Allison Sanzo.
Aiden Siri.
Benjamin Scudder.
Zachary Selsley.
Davia Selly.
Isabella Serrano.
Alexis Simone.
Jacob Seiler.
Graciana Saravillo.
Ashley Sheen.
Siddharth Shimshabad.
Sean Surzaga.
Andrew Sherman.
Puneet Singh.
Jade Sill.
Zayden Smith.
Jessa Smith.
Michaela Snyder.
Aiden Snyder.
Nicholas Soldevere.
John Sakaris.
Lucas Stahlbeck.
Mason Stewart.
Jack Streeter.
Chloe Sullivan.
Shamaya Thomas.
Shay Thompson.
Maya Tice.
Daniel Keegan.
Noah Tyndale.
Michelle Topaltis.
Connor Traeger.
Colin Tubbs.
Casey Tynan.
Nicholas Tyson.
Jesney Valdez.
Hannah Valenci.
Andre Valverde.
Catherine Van Garderen.
Elena Van Alstein.
Gisela Vasquez.
Alyssa Jade Velacoop.
Grant Visker.
Jocelyn Vidito.
Ryan Vogel.
Eliana Wallach.
Sean Waltz.
Laura Waltz.
Kylie Watson.
Sean Weaver.
Adam Weber.
Allison Weiner.
Ikea West.
Jeremy White.
Ella Wicks.
Alexis Whiteman.
Sean Whitcop.
Catherine Wolcott.
Cassidy Wright.
Jackie Wu.
Karen Zhu.
Jesse Zhang. Hannah Zweck.
Well done, everybody. Let's hear it for the class of 2019. Okay, we have one order of business before we do our recessional. At this time, I actually would like the graduates to stand. We are now going to conduct the moving of the tassels from the right to the left. So you can do that right now. You are all officially Guilderland alumni now, so congratulations. You may be seated now, please, after you find your hat. I would like to take this opportunity once again to thank Ms. Kathleen Ellinger and the GHS Wind Ensemble for their performances today. Really well done. They are going to perform one last piece as we do our recessional. I want to thank everyone for coming, and once again, congratulations to everybody here. Okay, so guys, what we're gonna do